Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Solstice, and all the other beautiful seasonal greetings. I've got myself a little smoothie here. It's an apple-mango combination with apple and elderflower juice, banana mango, mixed berries, some organic Greek yogurt, absolutely banging. I want to talk a little bit about what happens when you really let go of the things that are contracting you, when you know that they are contracting you and they're limiting you and you're feeling uptight and stuck in a certain situation, and you finally make the decision to let it go and leave. In my last episode, I was talking about how I've just quit my job and I'm taking a leap to bet on myself. I'm giving myself permission to change, to evolve, to go where I need to go, to do what I need to do, and to follow my passions fully. Now, since making that decision to quit my job, I've come into a whole new space of myself, a space that I'm familiar with. It's a new but familiar space. I have been first off, I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling way better in myself. I can't say that I'm fully 100%. Like I said in the last episode, my mind still feels clouded. I still feel grey in myself, but I'm definitely on the way up. So far, I've had some dramatic life changes. And I share all this because I want to describe to you what happens, right, when you make this change. Since I've released my job, since I've quit, which I still got a couple more days till I'm completely done, so I'm still in the transitional period. But since I made the decision to quit, I'm back at the gym, which this whole year I've barely gone to the gym at all, which is unusual for me. Even stretching has been challenging, just haven't had the energy or effort or willpower to assert into any kind of physical well-being. Excuse me, it's a smoothie going down. I've been eating quite poorly, as I mentioned in the last video as well. You eat what you can when you're working. I've been eating shit, and then my habits have fallen off the wayside outside of work as well. Genuinely, I eat better than the standard normal diet, but I just haven't been living fully to that value. So I haven't been exercising, I haven't been stretching, haven't really been meditating at all. I have mindful moments throughout the day, but I haven't had any kind of practice, any kind of spiritual practice, whether that is prayer, whether that is meditation. I've just lost a lot of it. So there's been a few other things of behaviors and values that have slipped. But since quitting my job, all of it's come back. I'm meditating again on the evenings. I'm going to the gym again, which feels so good to be back at the gym. I'm stretching in the days and in the evenings. I'm spending significantly less time on my phone, which is a big one. I've actually started to leave my phone at home when I go to the gym. I've started to leave it alone in the evenings. So I'm starting to drive in more silence. I'm embracing boredom and silence a lot more, which is, again, amazing because I'm getting new ideas. I'm letting my mind wander. I'm problem solving naturally in those spaces. Solutions just download into me. Get new creative ideas, and then I'm being fueled creatively. And I'm not smoking, which I was getting in the habit of smoking every single day as a way of escaping and a way of coping, which is important sometimes. We have these medicines available to us so we can cope and we can navigate certain challenges and difficulties, certain seasons of our life that are difficult. But again, I apologize on my croaking. But at the same time, I know that it was becoming too excessive for me, and it was becoming dependent and relying upon it. But I've stopped, and all these changes have happened so naturally. I haven't had to force anything. As soon as I've quit my job and released that burden or that restraint or that restriction or limitation or that emotional and mental weight, as soon as I released that, it all just came back. I didn't need to assert my will to make these things happen. I'm not grinding to get myself out of bed and get to the gym. I'm just getting up and I'm going. And I'm following my own rhythm. I didn't need to put parameters in place to make sure I'm off my phone more and fight to make sure that I break this habit. I'm just not doing it now. And it's fascinating because it shows that if you're naturally into self-improvement, if you are somebody who wants to continue to evolve and be a better version of yourself, then you're going to be naturally inclined towards taking these steps. And oftentimes it's not about doing more. It's not about asserting more energy, more willpower. It's just removing the things that are stopping you from actually doing it. I guess that's the importance of creating systems. So if you are inclined to that already, then just find out what those things are that are taking a lot of your energy. For me, I had to assert a lot of energy into my part-time waitering work because I felt so dissonant there. I felt unhappy. I felt constrained. I was going against my natural rhythm and flow in that place, and I needed to for money at that moment. But I also questioned how much did I need to do it for as long as I did? Could I have taken more risks? Could I have betted on myself sooner? Through this process, I'm feeling way better in myself. I'm feeling more comfortable. I'm feeling more aligned. And consequently, things are happening and manifesting. Like I've just had an opportunity come through, which offers a monthly retainer working with somebody that I love, somebody that I love creating with, and I already do weekly. And now there's the funding to do it, and that's going to keep me going for months and months and months. So like, it's almost like the income from that part-time job has been replaced already within a week of taking the leap, of taking the jump. So starting in the new year, like I'm already sweet, which is crazy because I was in the decision to take the leap, to quit the job. I embraced the challenge and discomfort that will come, and I was willing to accept it just to follow my heart. Yes, this is going to be difficult. Yes, I might fall into the same financial situation and circumstances as I did before, and it's going to be hard. But I have to follow my heart and follow my soul, and I'm willing to bet on myself and do that. And that detachment and that willingness and that jumping and that trust falling, then consequently has also allowed things to just flow into place quite miraculously. It's amazing. And obviously the alignment with my values, my sense of self again, creating a coherence between my mind, body and spirit, that now I am living to the values that I hold in myself and my body. And therefore there's no dissonance, there's no misalignment. I'm now aligned. I'm aligned to what my heart wants. I'm aligned to how my mind thinks and the philosophies that I hold and the values that I have. And I'm putting my body into action in alignment to those things. It's ironic because like I realized as my friend offered this opportunity to me that, okay, if I want to keep building my stuff and creating my videos and building my brands so I can keep expanding myself financially and in my and entrepreneurially, opportunistically, then I'm going to need an editor. I'm going to need somebody to help me with this. And on the same day that I had that thought, on the same day that my friend offered this opportunity, I had a message request from an editor who was like, "Hey Camille, if you ever need a YouTube editor, I'm here. My services are available." I'm like, yo, what? I didn't know anybody who could, and now it's just landed in my lap like that on the same day. What the fucking odds of that? So sweet. Now like the system's going to be in place. That's what happens when you take the leap. I'll probably go into this a lot more in another episode, but it's kind of blowing my mind. Like, even though I know this stuff already, like I know the laws of attraction, but it's miraculous and it's so beautiful and it's exciting, and that's why it blows my mind. Not blows my mind in the way of like, yo, how is this possible? I know it's possible. Of course it is. It's happened to me before. Like I mentioned about the 50 grand that was given to me for my other business when I had no money at all, when I was in my overdraft. I know that these things happen, but it blows my mind every time because it's just so beautifully miraculous and exciting. So finding out what those things are that are blocking you and limiting you, the things that you know that are tightening you, where you feel like you're going against the grain, or it feels like a slog and it feels like a challenge. I think this is why Bashar says to follow your passion, right? To follow the thing that really fuels you and excites you. That's the manifesting ability. And when you are able to really bet on those things, bet on the passion, and to take the leap, to cut out those things that are restricting you and limiting you, then it's perfect. And I'm not saying all this so you can go and quit your job, go release this burden, whatever it is, whether it is a family member or your job or your living situation. Like sometimes we need obligations, sometimes we need contracts in place, and sometimes we have contracts that we need to fulfill, and that's also part of our karmic journey that's necessary for the soul growth. I realized that me being in that part-time job was necessary, and I don't know if I overstayed. I think I left at the perfect time. As soon as I felt the restriction and limitation, then it was time to go. I probably got maybe a bit too far. Maybe I could have done it sooner. I don't entirely know. It's really hard to know whether you are doing it in perfect timing or not. You just have to follow your heart and what you know is right. Sometimes it's not right to leave a contract behind. Sometimes it's not right to leave a job or take a leap. Sometimes it's just not time yet. But when you feel that inkling in your heart, follow it, go for it, do it. And now I'm entering into this next year in such a better position. It feels like the first day of the rest of my life. It feels like the beginning of the new era of my life and a whole new chapter that's emerging. And for those that understand astrology, I've had Saturn transiting my sun for the past couple of years, made 3 different conjunctions to my sun, and this is the 3rd and final one on my sun. So that's the restriction, limitation, and heaviness, and the cathartic challenge that I've been going through for so long around my expression that I've been trying to understand and get out there, especially aligned with who I want to be, And now that's releasing finally, and that final conjunction is now moving by. As of today, it's still perfectly conjunct, but the point of this being that I'm solidifying this sense of self, of who I am, who I want to be, of the values that I hold, of the spirit that I'm trying to embody, and I'm moving on now. I'm releasing these heavy burdens, these restrictions and limitations, and it feels so exciting. It feels so exciting. I feel like I'm finally coming home to myself again after so long. And it's still early days, mind you. Like I said, I still got a couple more shifts left of my job. So I'm saying all this just to where I'm currently at. There's so much more experience to be had. So I'm not saying that I've done it, I've made it, because I know that there's still a lot more integration to go. There's a lot more learning to be had. There's a lot more releasing to be done. This is where I really have to test, or I have to embody what I know, hold the frequency of my alignment. But I feel good. I feel confident. I feel excited. This next year, 2026, it feels really prosperous. And I have that feeling for a lot of us, I say prosperous in the sense that it's going to be fruitful. I think we'll start to receive some of the karma of the seeds that we have sown. I don't think it will be easier and slower necessarily. I think it will still be fast, but it will be more rewarding and exciting and more expansive and open. These are a lot of my intuitive feelings, but also based on what I know about the year of the horse and number 1 year, based on the astrology. It's all kind of correlating to quite a creatively expressive, expansive, freedom sprinting running year. It will still be eventful, like I said, but I believe this is the primary point of this podcast, and I'll probably leave it here nice and sweet and early. It is Christmas Eve, so I'm gonna go spend time with my family, and then get back to work tomorrow. I work Christmas Day, work Boxing Day, and then my last shift is Saturday, and then I'm going to keep on checking with this. Got a couple more shoots before the end of the year, which I'm so excited for. I'm so excited to share those with you guys. And I hope you all have a really beautiful holiday and an exciting, expansive period into the entrance of this new era of our lives. So I send you my love for now. God bless you all.